attention going about him throughout social media, as if it already hasn't fluctuated to the heights of unprecedentedness. Give him a championship and put him in a feud, a meaningful rivalry with someone who was already over, and have him win a couple of times. And it's just amazing what Bo Dallas can do. I like the psychology of renaming the Bulldog into the Bo Dog, and how the Bo Dog can come from out of nowhere in the way of a Diamond Cutters type finisher move for Bo Dallas. I like the ring tire, and I also like the entrance music of Bo Dallas, because it's just that annoying entrance music, and that annoyance that Bo Dallas presents us with is something that fans are always acknowledging, and people are really buying in to the whole concept of Bo Dallas. The thing is, he's put there to annoy us. His purpose is obviously defeated, because more people like seeing Bo Dallas than are annoyed by seeing Bo Dallas. There are still these fans out there that become annoyed every time they hear that entrance theme, but from the minute that entrance theme hits, you know you're going to see something funny. It might not be something influential that will happen with Bo Dallas in a segment with whoever he's involved with. It could be anyone from Roman Reigns to Bray Wyatt, but the thing is, Bo Dallas is getting over with wrestling fans, and that enjoyment that wrestling fans are getting from seeing Bo Dallas all the time can create something special for Bo Dallas in the long run, which is why the next 6-month period is going to be an interesting time for wrestling fans to see if, in fact, WWE will follow through with elevating Bo Dallas to something far greater than what he is right now. I think they're just testing the waters with Bo Dallas. They're trying to ride the proverbial wave out for Bo Dallas to see what kind of direction they can go in and get some kind of creative sense from Mr. Dallas. But the thing is, Bo Dallas is really over. That annoying voice that he uses and morphs into when he comes out, he really gets into character, and I think he's really grasping the concept of wrestling psychology. Maybe not as good as someone like a Jake the Snake Roberts or a Hot Rod Roddy Piper did back in the day, or a JBL even, of more recent eras of wrestling. But the thing is, Bo Dallas is learning his craft more and more all the time. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for more experience being offered to him by some people he's worked with, either on NXT or some legends he'll obviously have the chance to work with. But in time, Bo Dallas is really going to go through a metamorphical period, and that's something for us all to pay attention to. Like I said, if you can elevate someone like a Daniel Bryan, because if he has a chance resignating at live shows, WWE tapings, pay-per-views, you can do the same thing for Bo Dallas. It's just a matter of having that same amount of confidence bestowed upon WWE creative for a character like Bo Dallas they once had for someone like a Daniel Bryan. And we've seen so many people get that same opportunity. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, John Cena. And I think a lot of it has to do with how the Authority, mainly Triple H, loves to play favorites, with especially Randy Orton and Seth Rollins. We've seen history repeat itself time and time again. If it's not Seth Rollins being elevated, it's a program between Seth Rollins and Randy Orton based off their history from the Authority, going back to how Triple H loves to play favorites with certain individuals other than himself. And if he's not playing favorites with the likes of Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and Kane as part of the Authority, he's putting himself in WrestleMania main events against the likes of Daniel Bryan and most recently Sting, which really irritates me and pisses me off. That WrestleMania main event could easily go to someone like Bo Dallas, who is really over with wrestling fans. Now, it's been brought to my attention that there is a commercial encouraging people to believe out there with certain disabilities that airs sometimes during your favorite TV shows on syndicated television networks. I saw the advertisement a couple of days ago that people were bringing to my attention on social media, and they wonder sometimes why WWE has not been sued or had charges filed against them for kind of making fun at this commercial. What hasn't WWE made fun at over the last at least 25 years? They've made fun of everything from Disney to this to that to, things going on with the U.S. and Russia. So much stuff has been brought up for storylines in WWE, so it's not uncharacteristic of them to poke fun at something like a Believe commercial. But I don't necessarily think that's what they're trying to do with the Believe campaign. I just think they're simply trying to create something out of Bo Dallas. If they were trying to poke fun at the Believe advertisements, they would acknowledge the Believe advertisements on television. There are several Believe advertisements with people in wheelchairs, people with amputated legs, encouraging them to believe. They're not acknowledging these commercials. Bo Dallas isn't coming out cutting insulting promos. I think, if anything, Bo Dallas is trying to just motivate us all to become fans of his and to do something spectacular in life. I don't think They're trying to poke fun at any campaign that's going on outside of professional wrestling, especially in an era where they're trying to target a specific age demographic in children and teenagers, and they're really reaching out with the WrestleMania Reading Challenge, the Bullying Awareness Campaign, of course, Spirit Week kicking off tomorrow, so they're going to have that in full force with WWE. So they really try to encourage certain things going on in the world, trying to influence people. I think that's really what Bo Dallas is trying to do here. He's not trying to harm anybody, because if he was, he'd be coming out cutting more insulting promos and actually referencing these commercials. I support the Believe campaign just like I do the Bolieves campaign. I think it's an authentic twist that WWE put on the Bolieves scenario, taking the Bo of Bo Dallas's in-ring lies and character and twisting it around from Bo to just Believe, which is great. I think there's a lot of potential that goes with this Bo Dallas character, and I think that in time, he's really just, when he goes through this metamorphical process, we're going to see big things from Bo Dallas. I definitely can see that happening for him, and I think I can get away with saying that he definitely has a promising future with this whole idea of bestowing Believe in our minds, with the t-shirts, with the entrance music, with the ring attire, how he's annoying, how people are buying into it, how people are sharing photos and videos of themselves throughout social media, especially on Twitter. The millions of followers Bo Dallas has on Twitter, his fan numbers on Twitter are going up all the time. It's just amazing, and he's always tweeting something influential. He's always offering us a little bit of advice, trying to motivate us if he's not on WWE television, which most of the time now he's not. And there's a rumor actually going around now, floating around, that they're trying to repackage Bo Dallas and give him an entirely different persona and or gimmick over the next at least 6-month period. As early as 2016, we could see Bo Dallas under a new persona and new gimmick. I hope not, because this is the most creative thing I've seen them do. With Bo Dallas. Really, as an upstart rookie on NXT, yes, he was standing out, but he wasn't standing out enough. And I think the Bo Dallas gimmick of encouraging us all to believe is really making him stand out more than what he stood out for his entire career. And that says a lot. Annoying or not, no matter how you feel about him, this guy is over, and he's selling t-shirts. I just mentioned how he's probably selling just as many t-shirts, probably not as many in the way of, outselling Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock, but he's selling just as many t-shirts as The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, with the catchphrase Believe written in the way that it is on the t-shirts. And I would also like to see something done in the way of social media campaign for Bo Dallas, in the way of posting influential videos, in the way of video blogs, probably for .com, on his Facebook page, tweeting them out on his Twitter. He can connect all the videos to his Facebook and Twitter accounts, and or any other social media accounts he has, like Instagram, which I know is a really big social media network that's really taking over and sweeping the world by storm. And I think it would be awesome seeing more videos posted in the way of video blogs for Bo Dallas, kind of to rally more fans and to really, inspire his entire campaign, to have his campaign take an entirely different direction. I like the Long Island Z, that show that Zack Ryder used to do, proclaiming himself as the internet champion. It doesn't have to fall in the same category of Zack Ryder's YouTube show, which got millions of views, but I think that a YouTube commentary or a YouTube video blog sort of thing done by Bo Dallas, offering us moments of advice and inspirational things, that would be awesome, because that would also help elevate Bo Dallas to unprecedented heights and probably eventually land him an opportunity to be called Intercontinental or U.S. Champion. I think that if you can put the U.S. title on people like Alberto Del Rio 500 times, you can easily do the same thing with Bo Dallas, and it probably will not happen until WWE gives him a championship that we see Bo Dallas created into something extraordinarily more special than what he is right now. Until he gets a championship, he's just going to be caught in the same sort of predicament and back into that proverbial corner, which a lot of wrestlers have been victimized by. It's because of a lack of faith from WWE creative and how people like Triple H and Stephanie go without recognizing how much someone like Bo Dallas is over. Now, they may contradict what I've said and say, we recognize Daniel Bryan and we put him over. It's just because of 2 major injuries. Daniel Bryan was forced to retire and was demoted to be trainer on Tough Enough. I understand that. You realized Daniel Bryan was over with wrestling fans. Why? Because he was trained by one of Triple H's favorites, Shawn Michaels, who was being made to look like he's simple-minded in promos now, by the way, by Triple H. The only reason Daniel Bryan got over, let's face the reality, when it comes to Triple H, is because he was trained by Shawn Michaels. If not for that, Daniel Bryan probably would have been treated worse than what Sting was in Sting's first match at WrestleMania earlier this year, and nobody wants to see that happen for someone like Bo Dallas now. I would venture to say and go on record for saying that if you did something to Bo Dallas in the way of a sting right now with how much Bo Dallas is over, you would lose more wrestling fans than you would potentially gain. But if you were to put Bo Dallas over from a psychological standpoint and a person who is over in professional wrestling, then you would generate ratings. You get more wrestling fans, and I think more people would enjoy the storylines. If someone like Seth Rollins can annoy us as champion, someone like Bo Dallas can easily do the same thing. And I think it would be even more enjoyable seeing Bo Dallas as, say, WWE champion, maybe not in the position of a Seth Rollins where you're putting him in matches against Sting and Brock Lesnar all the time, but can you imagine if Bo Dallas were WWE champion or even Intercontinental champion, the endless amount of possibilities that could be generated and how much conversation would be created if Bo Dallas were WWE champion? There will be a lot of conversation about Bo Dallas and where Bo Dallas would go from becoming champion. Obviously, he probably wouldn't be in the ring against people like Brock Lesnar and Sting with how they ran over him in promos, where Dallas was just simply trying to offer them advice. But I mean, you put him in the ring against someone like Sting, you put him in the ring against someone like Brock Lesnar, even then you probably have an endless amount of possibilities on the way the match could go, how it could all turn out. But you could start off a reign for Bo Dallas by just putting him in the ring with people he's on the same level of. You could put him in the ring against people like Dean Ambrose or someone like Alberto Del Rio or Sheamus and have him scatteredly win. Matches is the word I'm trying to search here for. Have him win every once in a while in non-title matches and then successfully retain championships and then gradually build someone like Bo Dallas up to eventually get to a level of being worthy enough to throw in the ring against someone like Brock Lesnar. Even though it's a mismatch, putting Bo Dallas in the ring against Brock Lesnar or a Sting, again, the endless amount of possibilities that could in fact be created if in fact you were to go the distance with someone like Bo Dallas is endless. And I think a lot of great reviews will be posted by wrestling columnists, and more so it will give us something more positive and more probable to talk about with professional wrestling, which is something that I wish we had more time to do. But again, it all falls back on Triple H and having to point the finger of blame at Triple H for not recognizing the popularity of superstars like Bo Dallas, because it's the same 3 or 4 individuals all the time having to carry the show. That responsibility being put on the shoulders of John Cena, of